Hi folks, this is Gordon Brewer again with the Practice of Therapy. And again, thanks if you're watching this video. You've probably purchased this Session Note Helper template. And this is the third in the tutorial series. If you haven't watched the first two, I would kind of get you to look at that, those two first, because it goes through the setup and how to actually use the template in making session notes. In this session, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to customize your working copy of the template so that you can either make corrections to the drop downs or add to them as you work with it. One of the things about this template that's so great is that you can really customize it to your writing style and even to using the type of phrasing that you want to use. I've tried to put in, kind of load it on the front end with some what seemed to me just some common phrases that you would use in session notes, but obviously it's not everything that you would use and maybe not exactly the way that you would say it. But the good news is you can customize it to create the type of notes that you want to create. So as we did in the first tutorial, we have already saved our working copy of the Session Note Helper, which I just simply named my Session Note Helper. So what I'm going to do, instead of double clicking this time, I'm going to right click and click open. And what that will do differently is that it opens it up as the Word template. So this is ready to edit. Now, one of the things that you want to be sure of is that this developer tab is showing here at the top. I'm going to move this down so hopefully you can see this a little better. This developer tab is in your copy of Word that you're using. If it's not open, if it's not in there, it's very simple to fix that. So in order to fix that, you would just simply go over here to File, go down to Options, and then click on Customize Ribbon. And then over here on the right hand side, make sure this developer box is checked. A lot of times it comes standard without that checked. But just make sure that that is checked, and then you can have that developer tab open, because that's where you make the corrections for the template. So I'm just going to simply close this and go back to the template here. So in your working copy of your template, it's already loaded with the options here. And one of the things I noticed in the last tutorial is that there was a problem here with one of these pull down items, and I'm going to show you how to correct that here. So I've just simply clicked on this particular box here. Then I'm going to go up here to the developer tab and click Properties, and I'm going to go down here to this and click on Modify. And one of the things that I noticed in the developer tab, and I'm just going to scroll over here, is that the word positive was misspelled. So let me go back here and fix this. So I left out the I in that word positive. Unfortunately, in this section here, it doesn't have spell check. Doesn't work in this. So I corrected that and then clicked OK. And so now when you go in here, everything is correct in there. Now say I wanted to add something to any one of these pull downs. So let's say for suicidal ideations, I'm going to go into this one because this would, as far as the comments, I'm going to click up here on Developer again, and in Properties I'm going to go to that, but this time I want to add something, so I just simply click on Add, and I'm just going to type in patient denies having any thoughts of self-harming or cutting. So that just simply goes in there and it adds that other phrase there, and I'll click OK and it's done. Now you can do this with any one of these sections here as far as changing the drop down that are in there. What I would encourage you to do is go into in the README First documentation there are some other tutorials that go into more detail with Microsoft that show you how to use this developer tab and all these different parts of using this these different sections here and corrections, and knowing how to use these different controls. If you go into designer mode, it allows you to add other items here, or and make sure when you're a developer, and I should have mentioned this at the beginning, that you click on design mode first. So that's it for this one, and hopefully you'll enjoy using the session note helper template, and it will hopefully become a helpful tool for you as you move along in your practice. Again, thanks.